Let's talk about nootropics. These are dietary supplements that can help you to relax, focus for longer, and keep your brain in not just good, but optimal health. As you can see, there's loads and loads and loads of products out there making all kinds of claims. And before you spend your hard-earned money on them, which one is worth it and will make the biggest difference to your life and your focus? In this video, I'm going to share my results after 6 months of testing all of the best natural supplements out there and revealing my top 3 for boosting your memory, focus, and mental performance. It's a long video, as you can see, so use the timestamps down below to skip to the relevant sections. And also, this video is not sponsored. None of these companies paid me to say any of these things. These are just my genuine thoughts based on my research and expertise. Now, take what's useful here, discard what isn't, and make up your own mind. Let's get started. First up, medical disclaimer. And for those who want to get straight to the reviews, skip to here. Now, what is a nootropic? Basically, it's a brain food supplement. Sometimes it's called a smart drug or a cognitive enhancer, depending on who's saying it. And it's often found in a pill form like this, with a bunch of ingredients that can help you to enhance your cognitive abilities and even your mood. On their own, each of the ingredients in here have different benefits. Some help you to sleep better, some improve your memory or slow down cognitive decline. And when they're put together like this, they're referred to as a stack. So instead of you having to buy 10 different products for each of those ingredients, they're conveniently put together for you to take in one pill form. Nootropics are still a relatively new thing that most people don't know about. And as humble knowledge seekers living in a world of shady health claims and greedy companies, our job is to filter out the BS and find the one true nootropic to rule them all. That's why throughout this review, I'm assessing these products against what I call my SFAC rating. That stands for stack, focus factor, affordability, and lastly, company transparency, ratings, and reviews. For each of these 4 categories, I rated the product out of 5 and then added them all up for an overall score out of 100. If you want to learn more about this rating system, click on the info card that's appearing now on screen to watch my 2-minute unlisted video that tells you more about it. Otherwise, let's crack on, shall we? Okay, so first up, let's update this with the products that I looked at in last year's video and list. I'm going to start with Neurodrive and Neurostim, which are going straight in the pit here because they gave me really strong headaches. I'll put a link to the video in the info cards over here. Utopia was amazing. I'm actually going to put it in the very good category, but I had to use it sparingly. And Vibrain was decent. It didn't mix well, but it had a bit of a weird aftertaste. It gave you a little bit of a good boost in terms of focus. Second we've got here is Qualia Mind by Neurohacker Collective. I'm really impressed by Qualia Mind and the company behind it. I wish I knew about it sooner. Talking about the stack that we've got here first, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because this thing is quite literally a beast in terms of size, but also in terms of premium ingredients, quality, and cost. It's basically like someone took all the natural known ingredients out there that are known individually to help you with focus, memory, etc. And they put it into one easy pill. And the dosage is like 7 pills. So even that is a beast, but nothing else in this list comes even close to containing everything that you need. It's got alpha GPC, it's got bacopa, choline, L-theanine, and more. Literally all the ingredients, like I said, are known to have good evidence backing their neurological benefits. For focus factor, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. It really did boost my focus and concentration. It gave me that slight edge where I reached this kind of Zen-like state more easily. It helped me with my writing, my creative tasks in the morning, things that normally need quite a bit of focus and energy mentally. During these work sessions, I even found I didn't even want to listen to music like I normally do, and instead of just quietly kind of getting along with whatever it is that I was supposed to be doing before I even realizing that I'd started doing my work. It was quite a nice calming effect, not like kind of coffee, that jittery effect. And I wasn't trying to rush through my tasks anymore, but I was quite present and relaxed through them, taking things one step at a time. An important thing that I noticed is the better my sleep was, the better that it worked. And I even found that my dreams became even more vivid and I remembered more details of them, which is something that I've only experienced when I'm meditating regularly. And what's also great is there's actually a caffeine-free version, which I didn't personally try, but anyone who's sensitive to caffeine or doesn't want caffeine, you should definitely go ahead and check it out. Next up is affordability, which I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 because let's be honest, you're gonna look at the price and think, yeah, that's a madness. This is £99 here in the UK just for one tub of this size, which if you follow their dosage 7 per day, 5 days a week, that's only gonna last you about a month. And that's probably how long you're gonna need to actually start seeing effects. So yeah, you're getting the best nootropic stack on this list, but it's £100 a month, like damn. But I have a discount code that they sent me, Keshav 15, which if you use, you'll get 15% off the price. And I also noticed that if you sign up for subscribe and save, which you can cancel at any time anyway, you can save another 50%. So hopefully that's one really simple way where you can bring the price down for any one of you who is thinking about trying it for yourself. And I think you got to weigh up as well the return on investment. What is that extra focus and that extra edge going to be worth? At this point in time, there's just nothing else out there that is as comprehensive and as premium a stack of ingredients like this. And secondly, the company behind it, Neuratech, they have a very solid profile. They're very well known. They've been around for 5 years and they have a very evidence-based transparency that, to be honest, is hard to find in this industry. In 2018, for example, they ran a very basic pilot study with Cambridge Brain Sciences on 23 self-selected participants. These participants were asked to do some cognitive testing before taking Qualia, after their first day of taking it, and after their 5th day of taking it. And what they found was almost all of them, 85% of them here, increased their scores in their ability to focus and manage distractions. And a fair few of them, 30%, they got better at planning skills and visual representation. Now, if we're thinking critically, there are some very obvious drawbacks to this study. There's no control group, it's a small sample size, and it's a self-selected group of customers. But I just want to commend the effort and transparency. It's something that we need more of. Qualia Mind is really well reviewed and endorsed by most people in the nootropics community, and I think for good reason. Even one of the other brands who made the products in this list, they told me that they rate Qualia Mind too, and for this reason, I'm giving them a maximum score of 5 out of 5 for the company transparency, the general ratings and reviews. So if we add all of those up, that gives us a nice grand total of 17 out of a possible 20, which if we times by 5, gives us a nice score of 85%. Damn, son. So that's pretty good start. I'm gonna put them up here in the epic category, and I think pretty much puts them up there in this like God mode status. There is still some room for improvement for sure on things like the price. I'd also love to see more independent Trustpilot reviews so we can assess, what other people think. And also I know that some people have had issues in digesting it. If that's you, by the way, just lower your dosage and eat it with some oranges for the vitamin C or some almonds and cashew nuts for the healthy fats that might try and kind of resolve that issue for you. Next, we've got Mind Lab Pro by Multinutrient. Again, this is a product with a really powerful stack of ingredients that are super high quality, extremely proven, and free from any weird additives or shady business. If you look at the labeling, you can see that they use branded and patented nutrient forms like cognizine instead of just choline, and also suntheanine, the patented form of L-theanine, which I'm a huge fan of as an ingredient. It's been shown to boost alpha brainwaves in human clinical research. They also do their own third-party validation to make sure that the ingredients are what they say they are in the amounts they say they are on the labels. It's not as huge as Qualia Mind, but it's still a great caffeine-free stack. That's why I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 5 for the stack, and also a 4 out of 5 for company transparency, ratings, and reviews. Again, there's loads of reviews out there on MindLab Pro. It's pretty kind of consistent across the board. And it's a name that I've heard a lot about. You'll hear a lot about if you do your research online in the Nootropics community. I really like, for example, that you can get a refund if you're not satisfied with the results. Just send the empty bottle back to them and you'll get your money back. But what about focus factor and affordability? Because those are really important too. So this is a hard one. I really wanted to like this. I really wanted to feel something, but honestly speaking, my reaction was kind of tame. I know that these ingredients are high quality and that they are proven, but I'd be doing that, I'd be taking them based on knowing that this is a mix of things that are good for me with no downside other than cost, which if we take a look at here, isn't really that crazy. You know, one bottle comes in at £40 and it's gonna last you maybe a good month, even more if you were to take, you know, less, like one tablet a day. And it really will work for you. I know there's plenty of people out there that it does work for. And if you look at their website here, you can see that there's thousands of reviews and an average of 4.5 stars across all of those reviews. So it's a 2 out of 5 in terms of focus for me and a 3 out of 5 in terms of affordability for me, giving them a very solid score of 65%, which lands them in this very good category right next to Utopia, like I mentioned. Definitely give me a shout if you do buy this or you used it. The links are down in the description because I'd love to hear some other experiences different to mine on this. Like I said, this is one that's another no-brainer. I would recommend it, especially as it's caffeine free and the ingredients are really well tested and high quality. All right, so the next product that I looked at was a newcomer to the list and to the market, and it's called Impara by Headwise. The stack, as you can see here, is really good. They've got a bit of caffeine to stimulate your mind and get you focused. Caffeine is a very proven nootropic with years of evidence behind it. Lion's mane, cognizine, which is that patented form of choline, again, helping you prevent cognitive decline. L-theanine, bacopa, again, a really, really solid stack of ingredients. So I think that's a firm 3 out of 5. It's extremely affordable, which if you use the discount code on screen, again, it's Keshav 15, it costs about £38, which is very comparable to the price of MindLab Pro. So I think, again, that's a 3 out of 5 in terms of affordability. So pretty solid so far. Now, that said, is it as good as MindLab Pro in terms of quality assurances and company ratings, reviews, focus factor? Which one would I go for? The short answer is probably no. There's a great team behind this product, but it's still relatively new and therefore untested. There aren't many other reviews that I could find out there for me to compare my experience against. And generally speaking, on the days that I did take this, the days that I took Impara, I didn't really notice any tangible benefits. I wanted to be fair and see if it was just me that wasn't really responding to this. So I also got some of my friends and family to test it out, and they shared the same results. These ingredients and this stack is great, but we didn't really notice any tangible difference. So that's why I'm giving it a 1 out of 5 for focus and a 2 out of 5 for company ratings, reviews from others, and transparency, giving them a total kind of 50%, landing them in this meh category. It's worth trying, but I can't say that it really moved the needle that much. I'd love to know your experience though. They did send me a free bottle to give away to my audience. So drop me an email if you want to try it out, and I'd be happy to send it to the first person who sends me an email. Next up is Brainzyme Focus Elite. You know what? This is the one company that I think are too underrated and underappreciated in this space. I've been watching them grow in a really exciting way since 2018, and seriously, they've come a long way to build more credibility, more authority, and transparency in this space. I'm really impressed by the work that they're doing. They've got 3 products: Original, Focus Elite, and Focus Pro. And I think this one right here, Focus Elite, is by far their best product. It's a cost-effective 3-in-1. So you're getting a nootropic, a mood enhancer, and a multivitamin with 30 active ingredients, including some probiotics now. And I found it actually does do what it describes. So I'm giving it a solid 3 out of 5 for the stack, because it's not as comprehensive as, say, Qualia Mind or MindLab Pro in that respect, but it still has all of the essentials that you really need. And I like using Focus Elite just before my afternoon slump around 2 p.m. I took it just before filming this video, and I find it makes me alert for the rest of the working day when I might be editing or doing something that I don't exactly feel like doing. I also find that after the caffeine wears out, it still keeps me relaxed and ready for bed. And even on my days where I'm not taking it, I did notice some acute benefits. In fact, when they did send me this new version, this new formula, I found like I was working for 3 or 4 hours straight. I didn't want to stop to have dinner. I didn't want to go to sleep. I just wanted to carry on. That being said, are there any downsides? Not really, but I would recommend you take it as like a 5-2 split so you don't build up an insurmountable tolerance. It's not something that I think you should use every single day, but I do think you should use it like 5 days on, 2 days off. So for focus factor, I gave it a really high 4 out of 5. Now, what about affordability, company transparency, community reviews, all that kind of stuff? So in terms of price, Brainzyme Focus Elite comes in at £47 for 2 bottles just like this, and each one of these contains 30 capsules that will last you about a month, give or take, if you were to take the recommended 2 capsules a day. Like I said though, I don't think you need to take it every day. Maybe do a 5-2 split like you do with Qualia, that would work as well. And I'm giving them a 4 out of 5 for affordability and price. In terms of company transparency and community reviews, hats off to Brainzyme and their team on this new formula. I was really impressed, as well as like the new packaging and just their general work. They've come a long way since I first came across them in 2018. I was really skeptical initially back then and even scared to take them. I was faced with this like massive list of ingredients in tiny writing, and I wasn't really sure what it was that I was taking, if I was going to be okay. But actually, they've really upped their game. Of all of the companies that I reviewed and looked at, they're also the only ones that have got a really good Trustpilot score, which is a really good indicator. They got 4.7, as you can see here, across 135 reviews. So a nice overall picture of what other people are saying about this product and how they experienced it. And if you scroll through them, you can see that they're very active with the comments and replying to them. So you can see that the customer service is there. All of their products are made in line with British safety standards and relevant laws. And the formulas, they come from ingredient research by the leading neurocognitive and nutritional experts. I had no negative downsides from taking this, and it's something that I like to turn to time and time again to overcome any afternoon slump that I might be facing. So that gives them a grand total of 80 out of 100 and puts them right up next to Qualia Mind here. I'm also going to rank the Focus Pro, which had a 77.5 overall score, which is great for taking alongside a morning coffee if you want to be a little bit more alert and focused. If you guys are interested, let me know and I'll do a more in-depth review on all 3 of their products in a future video. The original is also a great solution if you want an even more budget option, so I would also recommend that. Okay, 4 more left, and the next one is something that some people will argue can't be classed as a nootropic, but this is something that I take religiously every single day, and the longer I take it, the better the impact is. It really does help with my focus and concentration levels. It's the Thrive plant-based multi-nutrient by Vivolife. In terms of stack or focus, yes, it's definitely not going to rank the highest. I gave it a 2 out of 5 for both, as it only really contains lion's mane. But when we're talking about focus, concentration, mental performance, too often we forget about our gut health. Recent studies show that your brain affects your gut health, and your gut may even affect your brain health. The enteric nervous system, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, or ENS in your gut, has around 500 million neurons. And interestingly, the ENS produces 95% of all serotonin, the happy hormone that regulates your mood, and 50% of melatonin. The bacteria in your gut produce hundreds of neurochemicals like these that the brain uses to regulate basic physiological processes, as well as mental processes like learning, memory, and mood. So any good stack has to take into consideration your gut health, and just by altering the types of bacteria that are in your gut, it's possible to seriously improve your brain health, your well-being, and even your mood. What I love about this product is that it's affordable, especially if you use the subscribe and save option like I do to get it for cheaper. And it also comes in home compostable packaging. It's eco-friendly. And Vivolife are just generally my favorite supplement brand when it comes to quality, reviews, and transparency. Their stuff always tastes great as well. I love the way that they do things. I love what they stand for. And if Ali Abdal's goal is to be a Gymshark ambassador, I'm gonna say my goal is to be a Vivolife ambassador. Here's an example of just how legendary they are. They have all of their products tested for heavy metals, which are commonly found in a lot of supplements these days. And they share these reports openly and regularly, so you can see exactly what's in it. And that's why I gave them a final score of 65, putting them again up here in this very good category. I'm gonna put them kind of right at the top here because this is something that I'm gonna take for years. I have taken it for years, especially if you're feeling like you're in a low mood, you're experiencing anxiety, low motivation. Trust me, take this supplement. I recommend storing it in the fridge as well to keep it as fresh as possible. You just can't go wrong with this. Next up, we have Mind by Performance Lab, which I gave a 45 SFAC score to. Again, the same rankings because it's made by the same people as Mind Lab Pro, so very high scores there. But I'd say that this is the light version for people who want a lesser dose and maybe a bit more control over the specific ingredient stack that they're taking. Performance Lab, I definitely recommend you check them out because they have a lot of great individual supplements that you can customize to your preference if you know what you're doing and you know what you want. I'm working on a video, for example, on how to naturally boost your testosterone levels. So I'm taking their testosterone supplement full of, again, natural ingredients like ashwagandha, stuff like that. So if you want to build and kind of mix and match your own stack, check out their website. They've got loads of stuff. Again, the links to all of these things are down in the description. The last two to look at are Qualia Energy by Neurohacker Collective again, which I gave a 50 SFAC score, and Enhanced by Neuratech based in Australia, which I gave a 45 SFA score to. So they're both ranking at a 2 in terms of the stack of ingredients, but I didn't notice much difference when I was taking Enhance, whereas I did when I was taking the Qualia energy drink. Enhance is a lot more affordable, especially if you're based in Australia and you use my discount code, which I'm going to put up on the screen over here in a second. But Qualia Energy is pretty expensive, and honestly, it does give you the focus factor. You will notice the effects, but it tastes awful. I tried putting it in the fridge and drinking it straight from the fridge, but it was like taking medicine, and I didn't really enjoy it that much, so I was kind of put off by that. Going back to Enhance, they're a really impressive newcomer with a great stack. Unfortunately, I personally didn't notice any difference, but I'd say it does have all of the top ingredients and it looks like good quality stuff. So I'd say this is the dark horse, the one to watch. I am really interested to see more overall reviews from other people because they're so new. There's just not a lot of information out there, you know, where other people's experience is different to mine. What did they find? So there we have it. Do you agree with my list? Which one are you going to try out? Which one are you the most interested in? I'll share the links to the tier maker that I use in this video so you can have a go at ranking them. If you do make one, please do share it with me. And also, above all else, let me know your experiences with taking these things down in the comments below. Links and codes are down in the description as well. And I'm excited to see and kind of hear what all of you think based on your experiences. We've got quite a large community here of self-improvement seekers and biohackers. So the Inquisitive Nerd in me is really keen to see what your experiences are. Like I said before, we're all different and we respond to different things at different times. A big thank you and a socially distanced fist bump to all the companies who sent me these items for free. Like I said, this video isn't sponsored by anyone. I just shared my genuine thoughts and experiences to save you time, money, and headache like I had with Neurodrive. And ended up in the bin. If there's anything here that I missed or there's a product that you want me to cover, let me know again down in the comments. I'm also thinking about doing an in-depth video on the ingredients themselves and a breakdown of the current science behind each of those, as well as in-depth reviews of these specific products. So definitely let me know in the comments if you want me to go ahead and do that. Click over here for my unlisted video on the 10 urgent, important guidelines to follow when taking nootropics, and right over here as well for a free 1-hour webinar on finding your purpose and passion in life using my Passion Finder test. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this far. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.